Hi, welcome to my very first YouTube video. I'm going to give you a tour of my house. We're in the middle of renovating. We're in the middle of having too much furniture in the house because we've got nowhere to put it just now. But I'll explain all that. And I've got my baby in the background. Oh, right now he's quiet. He's watching his TV shows. He's our little bilingual baby. My husband's Mexican, I'm Australian. And he's watching his TV shows in Spanish, which is also helping me. Got a ducky on your head. That's so silly. So silly. James. And he's nearly 4 months. He's nearly 4 months old, you beautiful boy. You keep watching your show a little bit for mummy. Okay? Good boy. Okay. So, this is the lounge. Hi, Papa. Hello, Papa. There's a few things I want to do in here. I've got a makeshift paper up on the... Oh, the sun comes in there in the afternoon and it just blinds us. So I will be making curtains for there. And I've got something... very cool hack with the curtains. So I will probably do a video on this, but you buy drop sheets from Bunnings, and you wash them a heap to soften them up, and then you make these really nice sort of country style drapey curtains. So anyway, that's a work in progress. Okay, where was I? This room, even though it's the office, we've just got it full of junk and it's a dumping ground, and I've just got random bits of furniture in there because eventually it's probably going to have to be James's bedroom, because we have no room. So I'm going to show you the kitchen, and this is what I thought was a good idea 10 years ago, and I haven't really had time or could be bothered. There it is, and I hate that red wall. I hate it. It has bugged me for 10 years. Oh gosh, it just made... The kitchen's actually, to me, just the worst room in the house. People walk in and they're like, oh, that's so cool, but it's really not. It's just... I've got cool plans for this, and I'll film it. But those cupboard doors, I'm not even going to paint them. I'm actually just going to pull them off and get new doors cut from plywood and paint them so they're really nice. That fridge area where that shelf in the fridge is going to become a big corner pantry. This current pantry is going to become the fridge space. So it's going to give us a lot more storage space. It'll look a lot cleaner. I'm pulling those dark tiles off the wall, which I loved 10 years ago. I still love them, but they're just too dark. And I will do white ones. I'll do a nice decorative pattern behind the stove. The window frame will get painted. Everything's just going to be redone. Yeah, that's the last project we will work on. You'll see what I mean. Anyway, let's move on. This is my daughter's room. Everybody just trashes everything in this house. So we put nice big windows in. I got that drawer under her bed. I got it, I think, for $15. We painted it up nice and put some handles on it. I picked up that bed for, I think, $30, and the guy delivered it for me. So we like to do things cheap. And I love secondhand things. A friend made those nesting tables for her. This is just 2 IKEA... What are those things called? You know, those cube shelves. And I bought a piece of melamine at Bunnings. For those overseas, Bunnings is our big hardware store. And then I just edged it with their melamine strip edging stuff. You just iron it on and neaten it. Anyway, that's her room. This is our room, and we've got James in with us because we don't have room. What can I say? I made this nice bed cover. I've got stuff that I need to do. I'm putting some really cool corbels with a... This is going to look awesome. So I've got really nice corbels that I'm going to mount above the bed and put a big nice shelf across it. And then a really nice float frame canvas with our wedding picture in it. This is James's bed. It also needs work. I've got to make some sheets. I actually bought a cot that's smaller than standard. It's actually called an evacuation cot from a daycare centre because you can wheel it through the doorways. And I did that because we don't have room for a full cot. These are our evacuation packs. That is probably a topic for another day as well, but we live in a high fire zone and it's the middle of summer. Bathroom. This is a room I have not done yet. I am not going to spend very much money on that. I'm just going to tidy it up because it's 10 years old and it was a really quick job when I first did it. I'll put photos up of what everything looked like prior to now. I'm just going to do a tidy up because eventually the whole thing will get ripped out and redone. This was a red cupboard and finally I painted it white. That drove me crazy. This is the laundry and I actually really love the laundry, but I haven't done it yet. I mean, you can see the spiders on the roof. The plan in here is I'm going to pull those cupboard doors off as well, get new ones done. I'll probably pull that second cupboard off and do floating shelving in that area. I'll do a drying rack on that wall. There's our toilet, that's actually done. Except the seat I bought was too small, so I've got to redo that now too. So, and I managed to break that when I put it back in, but I hate where it is anyway. It's not centered, it's annoying because there's a beam right in the middle. So I'll be fixing that downlight. And this is just a junk cove, which I'm going to turn into a little, not a walk-in, and it had the dryer at the top. I'm going to turn it into a step-in cupboard. So you can't quite walk into it, but it'll have shelves and stuff around the edge. And it'll be a lot of storage, and I'll mount my vacuum in there. Bubby, what's wrong? Okay, that veranda that I told you I did properly, we turned into a room for my daughter. The piano's here, it's not meant to be here, it's annoying. It's a photo I did of her when she was about 5. Oh, she hasn't done a bad job, actually. Look at that. Good job, Amelia. Oh, I still haven't finished. I haven't got a door handle, I haven't got the architrave around her door, but I did do her a really big, nice walk-in robe. I won't show you in it though because it's probably a mess. And last but not least, this is an entryway building and it really changes the look of the house. It makes it really, really nice. And then this big ugly glass door will be pulled out, so it'll be just a nice archway into the entry. I'm going to walk outside now and I'll show you from the outside. Whoa! Holy moly, baby. Now we're outside and it's really hot. It's sunny, so I want to go inside. But this is the front of our house. So that's a little cute entry. It wasn't there. I'll show you a picture of before. Hello. You say hi. Hi. Nope, not interested. And our yard, it's very, we've got so much work to do, but that's a studio. It's got a workshop and a studio in it. That is another project we're working on. We do a lot of DIY. A lot. My arm is about to fall off from holding this baby. Hang on. James has peed himself. We use cloth nappies and I left it a little bit too long. Oh, I'll show you in a minute. So I'm going to change him while I talk to you. I hope this doesn't drop into the sink. Hello, Baba. Hello, Bubby. Right, so we use cloth nappies. Heyo! Hi! Hiya, Baba! So I can do a video on that too, because they're cool. They're really nice. They're really cute. Modern cloth nappies. So I'm going to put one on him now, but I'm not going to film it. Okay. He's got his little cute nappy on. But he's crying. It needed a full wardrobe change. Yeah. If I don't put those nappies on properly, they just leak everywhere. So anyway, we're going to get a top for him. Oh, that's a terrible view. But anyway, who cares? Where is the top? I just need a little t-shirt. Well, I'm trying. Oh. This must be the dodgiest first video on YouTube ever. But yeah, it is what it is. At least I'm starting it. So probably I can tell you about my goal. This year, oh, actually over the last few years, I'm just going to put this top on him and get him on my boob and I'll be back. I'm back. Oh, except he's biting me now. Oh gosh. Does anybody else not love breastfeeding? I just don't love it. But, you know, best is breast. Hang on. James. Come on. Sorry. What am I trying to say? Breast is best. And I know that I need to do it. But anyways. It was a horrible experience again. With all 3 kids, it's been a horrible experience. I know I need to remember to look at the camera. It's just so weird. Okay. Probably I should have introduced myself better. My name is Phaedra Rodriguez. I live in Australia, in country Victoria. We live on... It's okay, Baba. Oh, darling, he's choking on my boob now. We live on 7.5 acres that we currently do nothing with, but we're about to start a flower farm. I actually met my husband online, and it's a really cool story that I probably don't have time for today because life is a bit hectic today. He doesn't like me talking when he's feeding. Very inconvenient. Yeah. It's a really cool story about how we met and what happened. But essentially, he's Mexican. He was living in Salt Lake City, Utah, in the USA. And we met and talked for about 6 months online. No, we didn't meet. We met online and talked for about 6 months and then met up. I was heading over there anyway. So we met up. We actually met in LA. And our first date was at Santa Monica Pier. So, well, actually, we met at the airport. I picked him up from the airport. But anyway, I'll share that another time. That's a cool story. But yeah, he's a Mexican that's now living in Australia, and I already had 2 little girls from a previous marriage, and they just adore him. So everything's worked out really nice, and now we have a little baby, and his name's James. And he is just adorable, and we love him, and every night we just stare at the 4 of us just stare at him before he goes to bed. We all get on the bed and just look at him because he's cute. Anyway, so I've over the past few years just really been figuring out who I am. You know, I've probably had my first midlife crisis, you know, because maybe we're going to have more than one. So I'd say I've had my first one and really had to look at who I was and where I was going and what I was doing. And I'm still figuring it out. I'm still figuring out really what do I want to do. For now, I'm focused on being a mum, and I'm a photographer. I was a social worker, but since I've had kids, I moved into photography. And even though it looks like I don't know how to use a camera, I know. Anyway, I'll put some photos up to prove I can actually take a photo. And so one of my goals this year is to learn filming video and video editing. So I thought, what better way to just film for a purpose? And because I do a lot of cool things anyway, I thought, well, I'm just going to start filming and popping it up on YouTube. And that is my practice. So this is my first video. And hopefully eventually I'd like to get a drone, and I mean, ultimately what I want to do is redesign homes. I love recreating spaces to suit people's needs. That's what I really love to do. And I walk into I don't tell my friends this, but I walk into their homes and I think, wow, if you just move that wall and put a hole here and put a door here or whatever, this space would be so much better. But I don't just go around telling people that because It would almost be like I'm telling them their house is no good when I'm not saying that. I just like to look at things and make them better. So I have a lot of projects on the go here at home, and maybe you can learn something. He's so sleepy now. What? Who's that baby? Who's that cute boy? You were asleep. Well, he was all sleepy, but now he's not. Say bye. Bye. Bye-bye. Adios.